This video is brought to you by Andy Gone Nuts. 100% guaranteed fresh coconut water delivered straight to your door. Call 876 309 6128. That's 876 309 6128. Refreshing and affordable. For more information, follow them on Instagram at Andy Gone Nuts. Truly refreshing. And Crumble by Mrs. C. Old English fudge and other delectable sweet treats. Call or WhatsApp 876-586-0471. That's 876-586-0471. This video is brought to you by Starboys Juices. Infusing fruits with sea moss in Philadelphia and New Jersey. Refreshing and nutritious. Call Starboys at 1-267-904-3454. That's 1-267-904-3454. Hey guys, thank you so much for taking your time out to watch this video in particular. But let me give you an update on a channel called Sport City. Yes, Sport City. It is a channel dedicated to everything related to Jamaican sports. Football, cricket, athletics, netball, rugby league, rugby union, tennis, lacrosse, swimming, you name it, we got it on Sport City. And what is the channel designed to do? It is designed to highlight Jamaican talents across all of those sporting disciplines. If you're a Jamaican and you're playing that sport, then we got you covered on Sport City. So it's quite simple, guys. Hit the subscribe button to Sport City right now.
Hi, my name's Lee Williamson. Subscribe to Reggae Boys Commentary.
Hi, my name is Joby McAnuff. Subscribe to Reggae Boys Commentary.
I'm Javon Watson, and you're watching Reggae Boys Commentary.
Yes, Reggae Boys Commentary, like and subscribe, yeah? Reggae Boys Commentary, like, share and subscribe.
Reggae Boys Commentary, subscribe, like and share. Is that the right order?
Good afternoon, everybody. How is everybody doing? My name is Simon Preston, and welcome back to Reggae Boys Commentary. Thank you all, everyone, for tuning into this video. Truly appreciate it. This is the hub for everything relating to Jamaican football. It's a Friday. It's a new day, and we are just over 24 hours until kickoff at the time of recording this video. So we're very, very close to that line where we'll see Coach Jaime Hallgrimsson's first game on home soil. His two previous matches took place outside of Jamaica, against Argentina in New Jersey at the Red Bull Arena in Harrison, and the second encounter against Cameroon, which was a 1-1 draw on the African continent. But this, Coach Jaime Hallgrimsson's first game in charge of the Reggae Boys. That's right, on home soil, that is. So it's really a special time to look forward to, one that we can reflect upon, and hopefully it will be his first win in charge of the Jamaican team. And what I would like to show you guys is a presentation that I prepared in relation to the Montego Bay Sports Complex, because it is quite a venue that is known, very, very well known for good results. So where did this journey begin? So the Montego Bay Sports Complex was officially opened in 2010. In 2011, the Under-17 Reggae Boys took the field at this very venue as Jamaica hosted the CONCACAF Under-17 Championship at the Montego Bay Sports Complex. At this venue in particular, Jamaica qualified for the Under-17 FIFA World Cup after defeating, they drew 1-1 with Trinidad and Tobago, defeated Guatemala 1-0, and then in the quarterfinals defeated Honduras by 2-1. That secured Jamaica's ticket to the Under-17 FIFA World Cup in Mexico in 2011. Now, what about in relation to the senior team? What has the run been like at the Montego Bay Sports Complex? Well, let's have a look. Let's have a look, and let's break this down a little bit so that you guys are fully aware about it. So as you can see on your screen, Reggae Boys friendlies, where, when, how, progress, matches. This is the head-to-head right now. Yep, this is the head-to-head right now in relation to these matches in particular. 25 wins, 25 losses, 10 draws. That's the record so far. That's the record so far. There's a couple of things that I'll be tweaking that I want you guys to be aware about. And that's in relation to those matches. That is what I would like to for you all to be fully aware about. And that's in relation to the matches in particular. Now, I'm going to bring that on the screen right now for you guys. But first, let's see what you guys are saying. Ikarik says, good afternoon, football guru. Good afternoon. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. Rala McDonald says, Simon, will the match be streamed? I believe so. I believe that it will. And we look forward to that. Yeah, look forward to that in particular. It's one that we should relish, you know. So, I think it's a great opportunity and one that we can look out for, you know. So for sure, it should be. So, you guys have anything to say in terms of your thoughts in relation to the match itself? Do let me know, because the file is processing right now in relation to the document, and you're going to see it on your screen right now. Okay? No, this video that you're seeing right now is not pre-recorded. Let's go on, shall we? So, against Trinidad and Tobago, March 11 and March 14. The first game at the Montego Bay Sports Complex, and the second game at the National Stadium. How many matches has Jamaica played at the Montego Bay Sports Complex? And this is the senior team. Well, it's 14 of them. 14 matches. The head-to-head between Jamaica and Trinidad, 25 wins, 25 losses, and 10 draws. And you'll get further information as it relates to the head-to-head in the preview later this evening. So let's have a look right now in relation to Jamaica's record at the Montego Bay Sports Complex. Jamaica's first game at the Montego Bay Sports Complex was in 2011. 12 years ago, Jamaica took on Venezuela. You guys will remember that game quite well, because this is where Rudolph Austin played as a center half for Jamaica. And Jamaica fell, 2-0. Jamaica's first ever goal scorer at the Montego Bay Sports Complex was Ryan Johnson. That's right. Ryan Johnson was Jamaica's first ever goal scorer at the Montego Bay Sports Complex, as Jamaica defeated Cuba by 3-0. Other men that were on the score sheet, Javon Watson was also there, and Mitchley Wall. I still play football with Mitchley Wall. We'll play 7-a-side, 8-a-side together. Jamaica 1, Guyana 0. The debuts of Nyron Nosworthy and Adrian Mariappa, the game where Earl Stevens had a great performance coming on, and Jeremy Lynch scored on debut for Jamaica. 2013, Jamaica 0, Trinidad and Tobago 1. 2014 in the Caribbean Cup, Jamaica 1, Martinique 1. Darren Muttock scored in that game. Jamaica 3, Antigua and Barbuda 0, also in the Caribbean Cup. Jamaica 2, Haiti 0. Darren Mattox and Simon Dawkins were on the score sheet in that game. The penalty shootout, the final, Jamaica defeated Trinidad and Tobago 4-3 on penalties. 2014. In 2015, Jamaica 2, Venezuela 1. Giles Barnes scoring on his international debut. Giles Barnes scored on his international debut in that game. And you know who scored that day as well? Darren Mattox. A few days later, Jamaica took on Cuba. Daniel Gordon was on the score sheet, Romeo Parks, and Darren Mattox. In 2018, Jamaica took on Suriname. This was in a Nations League. And who found the score sheet again? Darren Mattox and Corey Burke. And it continued. Japan East scored in a 1-1 draw against Guyana. And also, we know that the match where Jamaica defeated Antigua and Barbuda by 6-0, Bobby Reed, Dexter Dapp scoring on his international debut in that game. And Jamaica 2, Bermuda 0. That was where Jordan Fletcher and Kemar Bushy-Beckford scored for the Jamaicans. Kemar Bushy-Beckford scoring on his debut for Jamaica in that game. So what is Jamaica's record like at the Montego Bay Sports Complex? 10 wins, 2 losses, and 2 draws. The 2 losses, 2011 and 2013. The 2 draws, 2014 and 2019. Apart from that, Jamaica has registered a 71.4 win percentage. 71.4 win percentage at the Montego Bay Sports Complex. So Jamaica's record at the Montego Bay Sports Complex has been good, solid, impressive. It has been one to relish. And you guys know what makes this such a great omen as well? This game against Trinidad and Tobago on Saturday comes on the 3-year anniversary of Jamaica's 2-0 victory over Bermuda. Remember March 11, 2020? This was the day where Jamaica recorded its second COVID-19 case on the island. But Jamaica recorded a 2-0 victory. Yep. 2-0 victory. And the goal scorers again, Jordan Fletcher, the man from the West, and Kemar Bushy Beckford. Those were the goal scorers for Jamaica in that game. So Jamaica's record at the Montego Bay Sports Complex has been one to reflect upon, one that has been solid, and it has been a good omen for Jamaica. Jamaica's goal scorers at the Montego Bay Sports Complex, well, Darren Mattox has led the way with 6 goals. He's Jamaica's highest goal scorer at the Montego Bay Sports Complex with 6 goals. Ryan Johnson has scored 1. Javon Watson, Mitchell Wall, those guys scored against Cuba. Jeremy Lynch, yeah, his goal came against Guyana. Kemar Lawrence's goal came against Antigua and Barbuda. Rudolph Austin, his goal also came against Antigua and Barbuda. Simon Dawkins, his goal came against Haiti. Giles Barnes' goal came against Venezuela. It was quite a strike, and his goal, I always see the similarities with Marlon King when he scored on debut against Venezuela, and Giles Barnes when he scored against Venezuela. Daniel Gordon, he scored against Cuba. Romeo Parks, he scored against Cuba. Corey Burke scored against Suriname. Javan East scored against Guyana. And Jordan Fletcher and Kemar Bushy Beckford, they scored against Bermuda. So if you look at it and do the counting, Jamaica scored 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20 goals at the Montego Bay Sports Complex. That's the amount of goals that Jamaica have scored. 20 goals at the Montego Bay Sports Complex. 20 of them. How much have they conceded? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So Jamaica scored 20 goals and conceded 7 goals in 14 matches at the Montego Bay Sports Complex. Not bad. You could say from the goal scoring side of things, it could have been improved, but there have been some moments to reflect upon with good memories. Jamaica defeated Antigua and Barbuda 6-0 at the Montego Bay Sports Complex in 2019. Leon Bailey's first international goal for Jamaica came at this very venue. And Leon Bailey also scored for Jamaica at the under-23 level against the Cayman Islands at this very venue as well. So there have been great memories to reflect upon at this venue. It has been a good home. It might not have the poetic, romantic Cinderella story that the National Stadium has brought, but the Montego Bay Sports Complex has been a place where Jamaica has got good results. Good, solid results. The Reggae Girls have never lost at this venue as well. They played against Chile. They played against Paraguay. The Reggae Girls have never lost at the Montego Bay Sports Complex. The Reggae Boys, 2 games. A friendly game against Venezuela and their neighbors to the north, Trinidad and Tobago, the last team that defeated Jamaica at the Montego Bay Sports Complex. 10 wins, 2 draws, 2 losses at the Montego Bay Sports Complex. Let's take a few comments from you guys. I can read the score prediction, 2-0 to Jamaica. I will give my thoughts on that matter later this evening when I do the match preview for Jamaica against Trinidad and Tobago. But okay, I like what you've gone with. I think that's something that is realistic. The Truth and More says, big up, Simon. Big up. How are you? Yes, they have indeed. He's playing at Portmore United at this point in time, so the answer to that question is yes. I think Stevens have a lot to contribute to the program. I think there are many avenues that he can, because of the amount of hats that he can play. I think he can play a role in terms of marketing. I think he can play a role in grassroots coaching. So those are two avenues that I would personally think that he would have a good role in. Terrell Senior says, "Big up, Simon." Big up, Terrell. How are you doing? Any new what's the deal? Well, last week you would have seen I did one on Dante Casanova, right? And Dante Casanova has been included into the national team. Alex Brown says, when the players training? They've trained yesterday, the day before that, and they train today, and then tomorrow it's game time. A couple of questions for you after you finish this topic. Okay, Amari, no problem. You may proceed. That is correct, Ekarix, 100%. Best as documentary says, bless up, Simon. How are you doing, Best as documentary? Hope you're well. Jason Guna says, big up, big up, big up. How are you? Is the match tomorrow coming live? That's a good question, my friend. Very good question. Yeah, it is. It is a very, very, very good question. So I see a question there from Christopher Wright. How much fans does a venue hold? So in terms of capacity, 7,000. But I could see 10,000 fans there in terms of the matter in relation to if you have additional seating and putting up different tents and so on. I think 10,000 could fit, but the capacity is 7,000. So we abide by that. The capacity is 7,000 for the Montego Bay Sports Complex. And I fully expect Montego Bay fans to be out in their numbers. I genuinely expect that to happen. And it has hosted great things. Talk about the CONCACAF Under-17 Championship in 2011, the CONCACAF Women's Under-17 Championship in 2013, the CONCACAF Under-20 Championship in 2015, but just before that, the Caribbean Cup in 2014. So that's 4 competitions that it has hosted. And as we know, it has also hosted athletics as well with the Carifta Games in 2011. So it was the venue for the Carifta Games. And if Jamaica are to host an Under-17 World Cup, there's some room for improvement to make that facility ready for Jamaica to host an Under-17 World Cup. Rudolph Austin was born June 1, 1985, so he is 37, yeah. So that means you'd be 38 this year. Which UK player did not make the trip? They're here, boss. Is a match tomorrow streaming live? Let's see. Spin it to music. What's going on, Spin? All is well? Hope you're doing well, man. Thank you very much for checking in. I appreciate it. If you guys haven't already, hit the like button, and after you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, all right? Do you happen to have a good answer for that question, Simon? Which question is that? Have we played any non-Caribbean oppositions at the venue? Yes, we have played non-Caribbean teams at the venue, for sure. Venezuela, they are a CONMEBOL team, and we've played them twice at this venue in particular. And that is the only team outside of CONCACAF that Jamaica has played at this venue. Lansley Blake says, checking in, big up Reggae Boys commentary family. How are you doing, Mr. Blake? Hope you are doing well. So, as I said, folks, later this evening is when I'll be doing the preview for the Jamaica Trinidad and Tobago encounter and tell you what's been happening on both sides. So later this evening is when I'll be doing the preview for that one. So you guys can stay tuned for that. All right. So something for you guys to look out for is the match preview later this evening. Mr. United says, big up Simon. Hey, it was a good win yesterday, wasn't it? I know Weghorst has been under a lot of pressure. But for me, where Weghorst is concerned, he doesn't have to score a goal every game. Hold-up play, his work rate is enough for me. Would I like him to score in the Premier League? Yes, absolutely. Yeah, he had 2 in 20 at Burnley last season. Now it's 2 in 15 at United in all competitions. But he has scored in the Europa League now, and he scored a goal in the League Cup. And guess what? He's won a trophy for United. And can you believe it's the first trophy of his career? Yeah, because when he was playing at Emmen, he didn't win a trophy. Or Azad Alkmaar, he didn't win a trophy there. Or Wolfsburg, he didn't win a trophy there. Besiktas on loan? No, he didn't. And for the Netherlands, it was just been a World Cup quarterfinal last year, and the Euros in 2020. The Dutch team got out of the group stages, but they didn't have a deep run within the competition at all. For me, I think it was very, very disappointing to see them have a round of 16 exit to the Czech Republic. Very much so. Could have been England versus the Netherlands in the semi-finals. Could have. Where can I watch them at, Simon, from the USA? Well, what you can do is fly to the Donald Sangster International Airport, and after that you head to the Montego Bay Sports Complex, which is located in Catherine Hall, and boom, you get to watch the game. The one you said was a good but opted not to give an answer. Will the match be streamed live for fans to see that they are not on the island? Let's see. Let's see if it will be. I expect it to be. I expect it to be, yes. Today, I am not sure of the specific time. Yeah. Big up, Simon. Wish we could have some training pics videos with all the players. KY says, big up, Simon. Big up, how are you doing? How is the field at the Montego Bay Sports Complex? It will do for the game. It will do. Ricardo Baggio. Baggio the Great. What's going on, Baggio? Hope you're doing well, my boss. Yeah, man. Big up yourself, man. Hope you're doing well. Yeah. That is correct. And it was the same sort of challenge that the Reggae Girls had in November when they took on Paraguay at the same venue as well. JFF don't have drawn. Best answer fly. Shaban Peart, how are you doing, man? I hope you're doing well. So I don't need to fly to Sangster then. All right, that is good as an Why not? You don't want to come to Jamaica, Jason Guna. I know you want to come home. And from where you are, it's only 400 US to go on the plane. So it's quite simple. 400 US flight to Jamaica, or use the 400 US in the super chat. Which one? Yes. Yes, that is correct. So it's on his mother's side, Baggio. It's on his mother's side. His father's side is Zimbabwe, and his mother's side. Many people are going to be quick to say that his mother was born in England, but let's not forget you're also eligible via grandparents as well. So Zimbabwean is on his father's side. Simon, do you have any idea what the turnout might be like? From my understanding, Montego Bay football fans have been turning up to Fontana Pharmacy to get tickets for the game. Is it sold out? No. So I'd certainly suggest that you get your tickets as soon as possible. It needs a better watering system. That will come. Yes, Coach Halgrimson to start 2 different 11s. Across the 2 games? Yes. In terms of everything combined, so the changing rooms, Chris. The surface itself, much needed improvement. It's always a challenge because you see, it's an athletic stadium. You have a track. And this is always awkward when it comes to having football matches. And it always has been raising the point, especially by UEFA or even FIFA by extension, the need to have more football-specific facilities. We're not going to kid ourselves. Jamaica is a small island, 3 million people. Yes, We're not tiny like Montserrat and St. Kitts and St. Lucia and Antigua and Dominica and Grenada. But for us to pick up ourselves and say that we're going to build 10, 15 football specific facilities, many people are going to say, well, you look at the island, how are we going to benefit from economies of scale? Because when you have the economies of scale, you could reuse this facility for track and field as well. You could use this facility as well for lacrosse. You could even use it for rugby league, rugby union. And I mean, in England, you have certain venues that are used for multiple sports, like Hull City Football Club. Their rugby league team also uses the same venue as well. Wigan Athletic Football Club and Wigan Athletic Rugby League team shares the same venue as well. Huddersfield Town's football team and rugby league team, Huddersfield Giants, shares the very same venue. So it can be done. It can be done. So I'd give it a 2.5 to a 3. How's the team coming along? So there's optimism in the camp. There's good vibes. Asian Mariappa has been playing Uncle Map's role, watching over the kids and everything. So like he was asking Simon, who do I have to look out for in the airport? And he's like getting a pen and paper and mark down, okay, Amari Hutchinson, check. Delano Splatz, check. So just to make sure that everybody's on the flight together, everybody have them seats, everybody have them passports and maps. That was the young kid 11 years ago. It's now the grandpa, the uncle of the team, which is really, really good. The truth is, at this point, I'm waiting on the future, and I'm optimistic about the future. So just hoping and praying that everything falls into place. But I appreciate your compliment. Thank you very much. And I'm a firm believer in life that nothing happens before its time. Everybody knows my love and my passion for Jamaica. Everybody knows that I want absolutely nothing but the best for my country. I don't think anybody can say or deny that. And I'm sure you've seen the level of commitment that I have given as well, because on this platform, I don't only speak about the national team, I speak about the youth teams, also in relation to the Reggae Girls, under 17, under 20. I've even talked beach soccer and futsal, Jamaica's beach soccer and football and futsal teams on this very same platform as well. You go back to the archives and look at the things that we discussed in 2016 and 2017, and you see for yourself how much of love that I have for this. And when I'm in an environment like out at dinner with family or on the road doing funeral arrangements, I feel strangled. I feel strangled because I'm unable to do my scouting, do my analysis, do my data, and do content. This is what gives me my joy. This is my passion. This is what I love doing. This is my happiness. This is my joy. And when I'm not in a position to do it, driving, planning funeral stuff, I feel strangled. I feel depressed. That's genuinely how I feel. So guys, already that that you get nothing but the absolute best in terms of information. So any way that you can help to continue enhance what the channel has to offer in terms of content, I appreciate your support. You guys know the super stickers, the super chat feature to show your level of support as well. And we'll also plan on having a subscribers link up one day as well, where we have a room, we sit down and we talk about Jamaican football. You pose questions to me and we have a discussion. So that is something that I'm planning and working towards. So those of you that are on the island, one day you're gonna have to make your way to Kingston. Okay, understand, Jason. I truly understand. Vertigo Badger says, okay, respect. Yeah, man, cool. I think the JFA should request some assistance in relation to pitch from Sandoz, for example. That's a good idea. Here's Sam about only 400 US. It's 400 US from Fort Lauderdale to Kingston. I forgot which state Jason is in or which city Jason is in. Tickets can be found at Fontana Pharmacy or Western Sports. Well, currently I'm in Kingston. Currently I'm not in the city of Montego Bay. Just the pitch, to be honest, the pitch. Blessings. Mansa stream pass. Big D Len says up. I know the Arsenal run up the table. Yo, some Arsenal fans just high now, you know? Them high. Family life comes before the Reggae Boys. One day you will know these things, Simon. Your time will come. I believe you. I believe you. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Big up, Bossy. Big up. Big up, Simon. I love and love alone. Big up, Mr. Cross. Salute you, Simon. Well, the year that we want to work with something and passionate about as well. Deserve to be on the coaching staff in the future. Yeah, I would have him as an assistant coach. He's working on his badges and he should be finished with the badges in the summer. He's qualified through his father, so Lamar, you should really read between the lines when it comes to the articles. When you read the article, did you see a quote from Mason Greenwood or a video interview from Mason Greenwood? No. You just saw an article. You saw no quotes at all. So that, my friend, is poor journalism. This is you at your happiest. Wouldn't like to see you upset then. Yeah, you know, a lot of people have not seen The Wrath of Simon Preston. Yeah, when I'm upset. Yeah. Simon, when the time comes, even if it's 20 or 30 years from now, I will help you with your JFF presidential campaign. Thank you very much. Atlanta to Sangster is about 550 or 6. Okay, cool breeze. Yeah. Is there a straight flight from Atlanta, or perhaps you have to stop in Florida, like in Miami or Fort Lauderdale or Orlando? Yes, tickets can also be bought at the gate as well. Yes, the pitch is up to par. Yes. And the likes of Peter Lee Vassell, Tariq McGee, Lamar Walker, and Alex Marshall, excellent schoolboy standouts. Why haven't they progressed to the next level? So if we look at it on an individual basis, with specifically Peter Lee Vassell, he was in an environment at LA, got drafted, things were on the up. Change of ideas from the coaching staff, playing time diminished. If you ask him right now, does Peter Lee Vassell have the ability to play in Major League Soccer? I would have to tell you yes. Would I advise that for him? I would say no. I would want him to go to Scandinavia or a Nordic country to be able to get some playing time under his belt. That is personally what I would want for him. He spoke about Lamar Walker, and personally, I think there's other facets of his game that will need constant improvement to be more mobile. And I think once that area is enhanced, then we're looking at a dangerous Lamar. Really, really dangerous. Tariq McGee, unfortunate. Extremely unfortunate, because the environment that he was in, a change of coach and literally playing 10 games in 4 years in the senior team, or less, I should say. It was an unfortunate spell. The contract ends in the summer. And with Alex Marshall, I think that the hype that was given to him at the schoolboy level was too much. And that is not in terms of inflating of ability, but the reality is that he didn't make it yet. He was not professional yet. Yes, he was doing good things at a schoolboy level. But Alex Marshall was not playing professional football at St. George's College. He was learning his craft. So, why are our players overhyped? Well, our players overhyped, yeah. It's a backward mentality where attention goes to schoolboy football. A lot of attention goes there when it should be the JPL. That's where the attention should be. You know, like in the States, it's all about which university you went to. In Jamaica, it's about which high school you went to. Does that look away? To me, it does. It does. And you all have heard what I've had to say in the past, why I'm not a fan of schoolboy football. And perhaps, maybe never will be a fan of schoolboy football. For me, high school sports is not your measuring stick. High school sports should never be your measuring stick about your international standard. The accountability lies with the clubs to ensure that they make that progression to be the best version of their self, ready for the next chapter of their career in Europe, in North America, in Asia. Even if it is that they spend the rest of their playing career locally, they know that they gave it their best. And I can't complain about that. Nerves, I think it's more excitement from them. I wouldn't put it down to nerves. It's more down to excitement about being involved and being in a situation. Think about this, folks. When was the last time that we've seen so many teenagers or young players being introduced, given call-ups, given cap tied early? It's been a while. When Joby McAnuff was called up, he was 21. When Joel Grant, well, he was an under-20 player. But in relation to the senior team, this is the first time in the 21st century that this is happening. The very first time. So for those of you Reggae Boys fans that were around in the 70s and 80s, you guys can tell me a little bit about Lenny Dennis. I know Lenny Dennis is somebody that is, from Jamaican fans, they want to remove from their memory completely based on the performance that he gave against the United States in 1989, thereabouts. Perhaps. Atlanta's in Miami. Okay, one stop. The only time I remember you getting upset was when the fans couldn't attend World Cup qualifiers as BM. That is true, and I still stand by that opinion to this very day. 100%. Because there is a clear issue with that. The very, very next week, the very, very next month, you have a filled out stadium for Gibson Relays, not filled out, but close. And of course, champs. Isn't that an issue? No fans allowed at the stadium, yet people from the Canadian Embassy and Canadian fans turn up for Jamaica's game at the National Stadium. And it's understood that the only reason why there was fans for the Jamaica game against the United States was because the US said, we had told the Jamaican government we need to have fans. We need to have fans for those games. So was Jamaica given the best possible chance to qualify for the World Cup? The government of Jamaica didn't give Jamaica the best chance. At the end of the day, it does come down to how you play, because that determines if you qualify or not. If you finish in the top 3, you qualify. So that is the decision, that decisive maker. But you're coming into a January window where you're playing Mexico at home, you're playing Panama away, you're playing Costa Rica at home. These are 3 crucial games, and if you lose these 3, then you won't qualify for the World Cup. And yet there wasn't a push, a drive, any sort of encouragement given to say the chances are slim, but you know what? We're going to rally around a team. Peru stopped their local league. Peru literally stopped their local league just so that they could prepare for their World Cup Intercontinental playoffs to qualify for Russia 2018. That's what Peru did. South American teams stopped their league. When Uruguay took on Argentina to try to qualify for the, not Argentina, but Australia, to try to qualify for the 2002 World Cup, they kept Australia in immigration for 2.5 hours. Not only that, they had to wait 1 more hour just to check in. Their keys wasn't ready. Their rooms were not ready. Football is a religion. And unfortunately, in this country, football is not treated as a religion. Football is still treated as a recreational activity. But it's time that we realize that football is a multi-billion-dollar industry. Not sports. Football by itself is an industry, and it's a multi-billion-dollar industry. Honduras, El Salvador, Panama, Costa Rica, Nicaragua. Football is a religion in these places. And what they do to give them any sort of psychological edge or advantage, they do it. Am I saying that we should hold up Trinidad and Tobago 6 hours in immigration? No. That doesn't have to be us. That doesn't have to be us, but there are ways that we can have our edge too. Yeah. Russell is not dominating USL. I can't see him being a standard. Yeah. Well, most recently he was on trial with Tulsa. So we'll wait to see if he'll get a new deal. But in the 2022 season, it was Hartford Athletic. But I know he was on trial at Tulsa. But last season, it was Hartford Athletic. Government of Jamaica. I literally pray for McGee, the talent. Pretty McGee going next. Eastern Europe. I wouldn't want him to be in the JPL. In Scandinavia and those places are where they should look to play, indeed. More chances for development. Nice to see them. I guess you could say the same for Whisper because he doesn't even play JPL. Whisper at schoolboy level versus Alex Marshall at schoolboy football. The difference is Whisper has had an experience playing overseas. I remember against the Aston Villa team. So he's traveling overseas, experiencing different environments. That wasn't new for him. So that's why Whisper and his trajectory and his path will be different from Alex Marshall. Look at Boza and Paris and those players slowly making their way. Yes, little by little. True Simon about the attention on schoolboy football. It's the same thing for champs. All the effort is placed on high school sports. Yeah. Schoolboy football doesn't develop our players and puts them at a disadvantage. Our best young players are sacrificed for school hope. D Savage says, all hail Coach Grimmy. Yeah. Checking in. Dre, any weather sports? How are you doing, man? Hope you're doing good. Not sure which group you're referring to. Omar Fallon says Lenny Dennis was no baller. So I heard that he had an empty net. I'm still trying to find the chance that he had, but my understanding was that he had an empty net, and instead of kicking the ball in the net, he kicked the ball wide. That's my understanding. Do you guys remember such an experience? This was 1988. Jamaica against the USA in 1988. So let us know. Yeah, would love to hear from you guys on that one and how it all went. Need a Jamaican passport, Winston. Harper Blair needs a Jamaican passport. Drake says, big up Simon and everybody else in the chat. Big up everybody. BM says, I don't understand why the government was fighting the national team during the qualifiers. It's very strange. And you want to know something interesting, BM? The first match against Trinidad and Tobago was supposed to be at the National Stadium. What I'm telling you guys is absolute facts right now. The match against Trinidad and Tobago tomorrow was supposed to be at the National Stadium, but it's going to be played in Montego Bay. Why? Why is it played in Montego Bay and not in Kingston for the Saturday game? Because of Carifta trials. Not Carifta games, Carifta trials. Simon, what happened to our 2 balls in Vietnam League? Would you happen to have an update? In relation to Romario Gordon is still there. He's played 4 matches this season, 4 goals. Picked up a couple of yellow cards though. Romario Gordon is doing well. He's 28 and he joined a new team. He joined a team called Bekamex Bin Duong, and they play in the V League. They finished 7th last season, so it's a new experience for him there right now. Siobhan Walsh, no, Siobhan Walsh is in Saudi Arabia, played at Al Ansar. So he's in the same country as Cristiano Ronaldo, but just not the same league as Cristiano Ronaldo. So the US can dictate to Jamaica that they need fans in Jamaica bowed and did not allow. Leaders. No, it's not the JFF. There's nothing wrong. Nothing wrong with the JFF. The government of Jamaica should have known the importance, and you guys would have known as well. Even when the Reggae Girls qualified for the 2019 FIFA Women's World Cup, the Prime Minister was on national television and did an interview with a talk show host, and the talk show was asking him, are we going to have a public holiday tomorrow? And the Prime Minister said no. Straight out no. If Usain Bolt can break the world record multiple times, and the Reggae Girls can qualify for World Cup and still no holiday, it shows your level of interest that you don't view sports as life-changing. That's my opinion. Because sports changes lives. Sports impacts people. Sports unites people. When Afghanistan qualified for the 2015 Cricket World Cup, they were, on that day that they qualified, the lowest ever death tally for Afghanistan. The lowest ever death tally for Afghanistan, the country, was on the day they qualified for the 2015 Cricket World Cup. Nobody can say that that is coincidence. That was down to sports. That was down to a sporting moment of brilliance. Nobody can say otherwise. They say that Marshall got all the help to develop and all the stuff than the German clubs. After the German club, I'm not sure, but after the trial that he had in Germany, I'm not sure if all the tools were given to him. I'm not sure. I watched Peter Lee and Elliot Lewis in Hartford last year. I think Lee still has a deco mentality focus on his hair and rolling up his shorts too much. Marcus was like, sound like Bobby. Dexter ups. Yes, man. Yes, man. In Jamaica. Simon in 2024, one cannot be a developmental player. Sometime as a player, you need to work on yourself outside of practice. I'm not a worker, pick up a book and read about common disease. Yes, Dr. Don, that's how it should be. And that is why you have those players that arrive an hour before training. They're in the gym, lifting weights or on the treadmill. And after training, they're doing the same routine as well. Or when they go home, they improve on their recovery. And if you improve on your recovery, then between games, you have less aches and pains. Yes, sir, it's ready. Let's see, in terms of the prognosis in relation to the injury, I haven't gotten a time frame in relation to his return to action, but the Nations League, yes. I, 'cause But where else could they have had the Curfta trials if not the stadium? Curfta trials could have been at the Montego Bay Sports Complex. Curfta trials could have been at GC Foster College. Curfta trials could have been a lot of different places, man. Different places. Even Stadium East. Whisper really need to work on his defense off the ball. Yeah, we'll come. I think Whisper is ready for this level. Yeah, I do. I thought you've both talked about this many times. You don't need a holiday because you're qualified for a World Cup. I disagree with you, Simon. I understand what you're saying. I'm not making the point that Jamaica needed a holiday. I'm trying to make the point that sports was viewed as something that was in the same echelons of economics and agriculture and other aspects and music, then we perhaps would have even had more national heroes. Rihanna's a national hero. Does that mean that Jamaica has to have the same model like Barbados? No. But are we going to hold this to the standard, that same standard of George M. Gordon? And why not? Why can't there be tweaks and changes? Oh, you're talking about Daniel Green and Bygert. Well, you said Jamaican, and these are Jamaicans as well. But they're carrying on. Well, Daniel Green. Look at the Villa team, that's not the real Villa team. Those were just some kids trying to get in the Villa. Yes, I know it wasn't the Villa team. I know. But he has been overseas. Prior to the experience that Alex Marshall had at Germany, he didn't have a lot of playing opportunities overseas. And it was Germany. It wasn't Finland. It wasn't Sweden. It wasn't Norway. It wasn't Estonia. This was Germany. And you know what you're getting in Germany? Technicians, size, strength. And Alex Marshall is not 6'5" at all. Yes, that's right. Bygrave is there. Yes, I'm just saying not proven yet. And that is a fair comment to make, Ricardo Baggio. That is a very, very fair comment to make. And I fully understand where you're coming from with that point. These games against Trinidad will be the test. These games will show what he's all about. I hope he starts one of them. And I hope that's the one at the National Stadium, because I can fully expect the KC massive coming out. I can also expect many else coming in their numbers as well. It should be good. Can't wait. Curfta can be at GC Foster College. Both games was meant to be in Kingston. No, the Curfta games, both games were not. It was supposed to be the reverse leg. It was supposed to be Saturday in Kingston and Tuesday in Mobe. But as a result of Curfta trials, it is Saturday in Mobe and Tuesday in Kingston. Curfta trials. Hey Simon, when's the match going to be in Mobe? 6 o'clock tomorrow. We should have a day where we show our athletes that we appreciate them. Yeah. Simon had friendly plus Curfta trial was planned long before that. I know it was long before the friendly, but this is an international encounter. Curfta trials are trials. This is not the Curfta games. If it was the Curfta games, I would have said okay. If it was the Caribbean games, I would have said okay. Even if it was champs, I would have said okay. Brock will stop a civil war in his native country. Yeah. He did. He, qualifying for the World Cup, literally united the Muslims and the Christians in Ivory Coast. The elections took place. Less killings, less shootings. It united the country. That's the power of football. That is the power of football. let's see how things plan out. I'm not sure in terms of if it will be an opportunity from the start or if it will be from the bench, but I look at it as excitement because this is the time that players should be getting opportunities. Whisper should be getting an opportunity at 21, 22, 23, 17, 18, 19. Do you think Omari and Dexter can handle the Montego Bay pitch if they're picked? Yes, 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 yes. To be quite frank with you, all sports, because there's 55 sports on the island that Jamaica plays, and all sports deserve the same level of recognition and respect. If you're going to go to the airport to go and greet Elaine Thompson Hero and Megan Tapo, you should do the same as well when Jamaica qualifies for the Rugby League World Cup, when Jamaica qualifies for the Lacrosse World Cup, when Jamaica qualifies for any world tournament. Even if Jamaica's chess team comes back from the chess Olympiad and picks up a bronze medal or don't medal at all, you walk to the airport, you greet them in the Club Kingston lounge, and you speak to them and give them encouragement and well wishes and talk to them about the plans for the future. All 55 sports in Jamaica. And if there's a sport right now, other than football, that deserves the level of respect, it has to be lacrosse. Why lacrosse? Because Jamaica's men's lacrosse team are ranked 9th in the world. They're Jamaica's highest ranked male sports team. No other Jamaican men's sports team has ever been ranked 9th in the world. Reggae Boys have never been 9th in the world. The Jam Rockers have never been 9th in the world. The Crocs have never been 9th in the world. The Reggae Warriors have never been 9th in the world. The Jamlax Boys are Jamaica's highest ranked male sports team, and they are the ones that deserve the support alongside football. They have a World Cup in San Diego in June, and they have a group that they can not only win, but breeze through and get to the quarterfinals quite easily. Germany, Switzerland, New Zealand, Poland, all teams that Jamaica can beat, and teams that Jamaica have beaten in the past as well at previous events. On debut in 2018, Jamaica finished 13th at the Lacrosse World Cup. They finished 9th at the Under-20 World Cup last year. Top 10 finish. Top 10. Jamaica is a special place, an incredibly special place. And you cannot brush aside the jewels, the gems that are being produced on the island. Jamaica are 28th in the world in women's lacrosse, higher than the Reggae girls. Only the Sunshine girls are ranked higher than the Jamlax girls. Food for thought. Well, whether they follow them or not, it's under your duty. It's under your job description. If you're in the Ministry of Sports, there's 55 sports on the island. Jamaica plays 55 sports, not 3. Don't be biased. Because the world celebrates our track athletes. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. Not all the persons in the squad. Many people. It's quite simple. You do your research and you follow what is happening around you. It's quite simple. If you didn't know that, then that means that you're not following, or you're not following what's happening around you. Yesterday, anyway, the sports. I will be doing that later. Yes. Starting 11, score predictions. Yes. All of that this evening. Yes, sir. Yes, folks, go ahead and hit the like button as well. And let me tell you something. Jamaica has a very, very strong chance to win it. Very strong chance. And you'll see. You'll see. It's coming. It's coming. Thank you guys for tuning in. Truly appreciate your support. If you guys haven't already, hit the like button. And after you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button to Reggae Boys Commentary. Okay, guys? Eye-opener. Very much an eye-opener. And I can go into other sports as well, but we'll leave that for another day. I'll leave that for another day. Okay, guys. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. If you guys haven't already, smash the like button. We'll be back later this evening for the match preview, Jamaica against Trinidad and Tobago. Okay? The game will be streamed on YouTube for sure. Yeah. Simon, to be fair, football have not done anything in a long time. It's a track that is making all the noise. It depends your perspective. It depends the perspective that you have. You know, medals, you can't quantify winning a medal versus qualifying for a tournament. What is the same metric there? But track and field had a barren spell as well. 2017 World Champs was disappointing. Not in Montego Bay, but I will be providing a preview. Thanks very much. I appreciate it. Well, whenever Jamaica becomes successful in these sports, then they'll hop on. Okay, guys. Speak later. Match preview coming up later this evening, Jamaica against Trinidad and Tobago. This video is brought to you by Andy Gone Nuts. 100% guaranteed fresh coconut water delivered straight to your door. Call 876-309-6128. That's 876-309-6128. Refreshing and affordable. For more information, follow them on Instagram at Andy Gone Nuts. Truly refreshing. And Crumble by Mrs. C. Old English fudge and other delectable sweet treats. Call or WhatsApp 876-586-0471. That's 876-586-0471. This video is brought to you by Starboy's Juices. Infusing fruits with sea moss in Philadelphia and New Jersey. Refreshing and nutritious. Call Starboys at 1-267-904-3454. That's 1-267-904-3454. Hey guys, thank you so much for taking your time out to watch this video in particular. But let me give you an update on a channel called Sports City. Yes, Sports City. It is a channel dedicated to everything related to Jamaican sports. Football, cricket, athletics, netball, rugby league, rugby union, tennis, lacrosse, swimming, you name it, we got it on Sports City. And what is the channel designed to do? It is designed to highlight Jamaican talents across all of those sporting disciplines. If you're a Jamaican and you're playing that sport, then we got you covered on Sports City. So it's quite simple, guys. Hit the subscribe button to Sports City right now.